Hey everybody, my name's Kisha. Thanks for jumping on with us to check out my series of talking with people that I find that are interesting. And my very first guest today is somebody that I find interesting, and he's one of my favorite people in the business. Jamal Hodge is with me today.
Thank you, Key. One of my favorites too.
And so I followed him for a while. And so I'm just I was thinking back earlier, how did we first meet? I believe it was through the Green Lounge, maybe one of the acting groups, maybe I think it was. And
I think I met you before that. I think I met you the first time I ever met you was at like a filmmaker get together at a bar around NYU or something like
okay, yeah. And I think I maybe I went home and I checked out your work or something and I was like, "Ooh, this guy's good." And then I went to one of your screenings. I went to Morning was is it Morning Meal? I forget the title of the one
that.
with
It was years ago, so it
families
could have been one
eating.
of me. Oh, you saw a Happy Divorce?
No, 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 not Happy Divorce. The one with the family that were at the table. They're
The kind ones, the
time ones.
the
Yes,
crazy white folks.
yes. I went to that screening, and after that, I was like, I was hooked. I was just like, let me follow this guy, and I told myself one day I'm going to work with him, no matter what it takes. I'm gonna get there. So we'll get to that later. But let's just get started by just a couple questions for you. For anyone that has always maybe had a desire to be in your field, just tell me exactly what you do and how you got started in the business.
Okay. I mean, well, what I do is that I'm a director, writer, producer, pretty much in that order. Although I might be more of a storyteller, or it will sum it all up together. You know what I mean? I'm a storyteller, a filmmaker. What I like to do the most is I mainly do like a lot of like thrillers, horror, but then I also do really inspirational, almost like almost faith-based type movies. So I do like really light stuff and really dark stuff because like my personality, there is no middle ground, just extremes, 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 right?
Mhm.
So how I got started in this business. I actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I quit this business like twice.
Really, I didn't know that.
So
Wow.
I started out because I started out this business when I was like what, like 16 technically. I was in this program called Pro TV. It's this 2-year extensive training program at Downtown Community Television Center, and it was like my first job, like first real job. I was kind of a knucklehead at that time. I just came out of the Scare Straight program, you know what I mean? But I was always a writer. I had written about 8 books on my hand at that point because that was my way of escaping the extreme poverty and the nonsense that I was into at that time. You know what I mean? I had a really kind of like what some people will say is an upsetting childhood. Enough so where I was looking at the Joker movie and I was like, yo, he ain't got that hard, man. I was like, what's going on with this guy? I'm like, he got some mental illness. He alright. Like that's all that's going on with his life. I'm like, come on, man.
Oh,
So like anyway, I was in so I'm in this I get into this program and they send us to Russia, to the rainforest in Mexico. We doing all this documentaries and journalism and stuff like that. And we did really well. We got an award from the Hague Appeal for Peace from Kofi Annan. We went to Sundance. That's our first festival we ever got into. Nobody knew what it was at that time. This was like when Christopher Nolan was first coming out. So I'm aging myself, but like it was crazy. And then like after I did that for a while, I started teaching the program with some other students, and they did really well as well. And then I started working for the Renault brothers, who were doing programs for there was a channel called Discovery Times, which was like New York Times and Discovery had this joint channel together. And back in the days, this is before Discovery ID, right? It was a thing. We did some programming for them. I worked as an editor for them. Had a lot of success. We got nominated for Emmys and won Emmys and all this stuff like that. So we were really, really successful in the documentary world, but I always wanted to tell stories. And, you know, I kind of started phasing out documentary and started getting more into narratives, where you have more control and you can actually tell our stories. But then I got caught up in helping my community, and I left the film industry to work in programs in like East New York, start programs in East New York, stuff like that, where I would use documentaries as a tool. We had a population only with kids that got kicked out of school or just came from prison. So we were working with like the kids that nobody wanted, right? Yeah. And through the having them film their own lives and stuff like that, they were able to see themselves and have like a legitimate assessment of themselves and their life and what they wanted for it. It really was very therapeutic. I worked there for a while. We helped kids get their GEDs, change their life, and it was cool. I mean, some of these kids really they ended up getting master's degrees. I didn't even get my master's degree. So it's like, I think that's the greatest achievement of my life, is helping those kids, because they're all adults now. A lot of them turn out to be great individuals. Not a lot of them made it. Some of our students died, some really badly. So I ended up, I just felt really bad. And then I started dabbling in film again. And one of my students, he did a film called Bullets in the Hood that won Sundance in 2005, the Audience Choice Award. I helped him shoot that. So that was another achievement that we had. I was like, I don't really want to do film like that anymore. I just want to help people. I was with some stupid thing. I was poor again, but I was so happy because I was doing what I really wanted to do. But then, I started getting jaded by it. So many kids fall through the tracks and stuff like that I started wanting to get back in film. And then in 2000, I think in 10, we did, I shot my first feature called Bullets in the Hood with producer Michael Bakate. He wrote it. I went in there, did some rewrites on it, and we just shot it. We didn't know what we was doing. We was just like, we're going to make a film and stuff like that. It did all right for itself. It got into the Hollywood Black Film Festival, which, a couple of things, it was cool. It did this thing. It could have went farther, but we kind of ran out of money because of some bad producing choices. we didn't understand what you said?
No, I'm saying that's how you learn. I mean, you don't know what you know until you go for it and try, so.
Unfortunately, I was learning on other people's money at the time. Which is terrible, but
Right.
But what I learned from that is the importance of having a strong logistical team. Mm-hmm. So I did that for a while. I did some other things. I did like a lot of PSAs, commercial work. But then, I kind of like this business is nothing. I came to the realization that to live this life, I would have to accept a life of uncertainty and a life of pain. Because which is something that I think a lot of artists, we don't come to that realization. And I realized that no matter how successful I got, that would always be the case. Achievement, wealth, and comfort wouldn't change that fact that I would be constantly dealing with uncertainty. And for what I wanted to do, the money would never be enough or the talent would never be enough. So I was choosing a life of struggle, like to be an artist, to live, to be a director. You're choosing a life of struggle. You're going to have the highest highs and the lowest lows. And if that's the type of life you want, if you can deal with those sways, those ebbs and flows, then it's a good field to live in. But it's for people that are self-starters. It's for people that don't want to live a comfortable life. Your life will not be comfortable. Even if you have comfort around you, what you do is inherently painful because you're giving birth to something. So I was like, damn, do I really want to do that? And at first, I was being a little bitch. So I was like, nah, I'm just go get rich, right? But then, if you really want to know if you're about this business, try to quit it. If you really want to know if you're an artist, try to quit doing art.
That's a great point. I love that. Because there's so many times where I know in my life where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. This is too hard. I'm tired of auditioning, because I want it so bad. And then the minute I do that, it's like, wait, no, I can't. You just can't. You cannot
And
Right.
this is what people don't know. It's a compulsion. It's not a choice.
Yeah, if it's in you, you can't run from that.
You can't stop being an artist. Like even if all the tools are taken away, you'll be out in the sand with a stick doing something,
Yep.
or
And
you'll be writing something. You'll cut your own finger and write with blood, like
something.
you
Yeah.
know, be writing stories like that. You know, it's
Mhm.
like art is a compulsion. The artist, you know, what I mean, it's true. Like you don't have a choice.
Mhm.
So, you know, I got back in, and I was like, you know what? If I can't figure out how to live off of directing, I'm just gonna starve to death. I don't care.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm gonna live like 2 degrees under the life that I can afford. I'm gonna put having children on hold.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna fall in love. I'm just gonna focus on this. I'm
That's
just gonna focus
sad.
on this track. I actually made a legit decision that will wait until I was of a certain age to do all those things, and I was just gonna focus and give myself the space to finally be selfish in my life, because I've constantly lived my life helping others, taking care of others, and and helping other people achieve their dreams and pursue their dreams. But I never fully gave my all towards my own dreams.
Mhm.
So I gave myself that space about 5 years ago, and I've been having tremendous success. I mean, from doing that, and also I did a lot of spiritual work and character work on myself. Over the course of the last 10 years, I went on a spiritual journey 10 years ago for reasons not related to art, for privately reasons. But you know, I wanted to really see what I could do.
So tell
You
me
know?
about some of the successes that you've had so far. Since
Okay, so you know, in the last 4 years, my short films have been in over 100 film festivals, and have won almost 40 awards.
wow.
So we've had a lot of success. They've also been broadcasted, like 2 of them. You know, we've also done the regular Amazon Prime stuff and all that other fun stuff. But I've also produced other projects that have been very successful. One of them is I'm a producer on an animated film called Pierre the Pigeon Hawk that's coming out
Okay. Mhm.
in 2002. 22, 2002, 2022, and you know, it has a great all-star cast. You know, Whoopi Goldberg. It has Kenan Thompson. You know, what I mean, all these different characters. You know, it has your boy Nick Cannon is in it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, what I mean, he's our main character. He's also a producer in it. So it's good. I mean, it has a lot of great names in it. Howie Mandel and stuff like that. So that's like my first Hollywood movie as a producer that I've produced.
Okay.
You know, what I mean, that's a multi-million-dollar film. And
Mhm.
then I also worked on, I had my own TV show um, that I directed. You
Nice.
know what I mean? It was a recreate show. Um, and, you know, I did that for Discovery ID, you know, called Primal Instinct.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I did that. And it had really good ratings. Our highest rating day, we were like we were number 3 behind Power.
Wow.
So that was like my claim to fame. I felt good about that on cable. And you know, I've also done several like Japanese commercials,
Okay.
international commercials for, you know, for stuff like that. And you know, outside of that, you know, I have you know, I've won Best Director at the Hip Hop Film Festival last year in 2019. My films have won best a lot of audience choice awards, which I really like the most, because I'm really an audience driven director. I really like what the people have to say, you know what I'm saying? And my films really, I feel like, appeal to audiences in terms of entertainment value. You know, I'm gonna say that in my films, in my writing, my novel stuff, my poetry is very deep. But like a lot of times in my film, I like to play around with perspectives, but I love to entertain. You know what I mean? I feel like people go to films to be entertained, and I love to
That's
give audiences, you know, suspense,
yes.
surprise, and a revelation.
That's what I
Those
love
are the
about your work.
three
That's what I
ingredients.
love about your work is that it's just like something you just don't expect it. You know, it's just like this, but yet everything you do, like there's an underlying message in it. It's not just for the shock value or for whatever. It's just there's a message there, and I think that that's so cool how you're able to do that. You know, so I think that's really important, and yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with you as well. And so let's talk about that a little bit. So I went to Jamal one day because I saw him at another festival to watch Happy Divorce was the one I went to. And I said, you know what, whatever it takes, I'm going to work with you. If I have to like, you know, save up for like 5 years, we're going to make this happen. That's my kind of dedication to myself as well. And Jamal's like, let's do it. And so this past year, we got started in production, and so I guess what we call pre-production, I guess, of a film that he wrote.
It's called pre-production. My actress friend.
Production, no. Pre-production, yes. I can say the name of it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, it's called Under Thy Wings, and
Under Thy Wings.
Under Thy Wings, yeah, and y'all, this is gonna be just phenomenal. It was even beyond my expectations of what I thought it was gonna be, and I'm super excited, nervous, because, you know, and I want to encourage people out there that are watching this. I decided for myself to invest in myself to do this, because I feel, and I'm sure Jamal feels the same way, you can't sit back around waiting for people to do something for you.
Especially when you're Black.
Yeah, you can't.
Can't.
I told myself, you know what, I want to start in something that for myself, and I'm not going to sit around and wait for it anymore. And so that's why I am super excited to be doing this with Jamal. I decided to make the investment in myself, to put my gift out there to the world in this film, and so people can see. So so he wrote the script. He you know, he's going to direct for me as well, and I'm super excited about it. I really am.
Mm-hmm. I think it's I mean, it's really customized towards all your strengths as an actress,
right?
Which I'm always trying to encourage actors to do for themselves. I mean, there's people that you know out here who can help you craft your ideal role. You know what I mean? Why not show yourself at your best? You know what I'm saying? Instead of hoping and searching. I feel like so much of the actor's life is reactionary, that it makes that can be a very hard way to live, because you don't have like a sense of control. And these days there's no excuse for that, because the ability to make a film is everywhere. I mean, we have cameras everywhere. We have, you know, everybody wants their stuff to be the best, and I understand that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's better to develop the habit of doing, you know, like this great play called Super You that's coming out, that I'm helping with. There's a phrase in there that I love, and it's "Don't wait, create." Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Don't wait, create. Mm-hmm. And I agree with that completely. You know, shout out to Lord's Lane. You know, mm-hmm. But like, don't wait, create. It's a phenomenal thought and idea, and a way of remembering that you cannot wait. Nobody's coming to save you but you. Nobody's going to give you anything but yourself. You know what I mean? And people are only going to give you things usually when you don't need them to give you things. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how it works. People like to help the people that don't need their help. So it's kind of like you want to always push your own car, and other people get out their car and help you push your car. So yeah, don't wait, create. I mean, and with you, you know what I mean, you were really committed to it. And, you know, your sister, you know, you I've seen you out here, and your talent wasn't being utilized properly in the roles that you were being given.
Yes.
You know, people never give you what you deserve. They always give you more or less, right? Mm-hmm. So you weren't being given what you deserve. So I wanted to craft something for you that really fit your talent, and what I felt like you have to offer, and even also some of the things that you were probably afraid to expose.
And that's, yes, things that you saw that I could, you know, and that we talked about, you know, that we could bring out, that is there. tapping into the other sides of myself, and that's there, but I wasn't utilizing it. So that's so true. I agree.
Yeah.
So let's switch topics real quick because I don't want to run out of time. So I'm just curious, how do you think that the industry is going to change as a result of this whole pandemic? Because I know it pushed. I know, for example, for us we were rolling. We were kind of on a little roll. And now this happened. Do you think that it's gonna like pick up? Do you think that
there's gonna be I feel like there's gonna be an explosion of. I think the hardest hit people is gonna be the the restaurant industry and the theater world, right? Like people who work in theater and restaurants is gonna be very difficult for them. The independent film, I feel like for independent film, it's gonna be good. Actually, I think it's gonna be. It's gonna sound really messed up, but most of our rivals are not gonna be around, and a lot of times our work goes straight to VOD, so it's not gonna hurt us at all. It's actually gonna probably help us more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I feel like more people are gonna come in, and more people are gonna be buying our material. You see what I'm saying?
Right, because they want the content, and it can be done faster with a smaller crew and all that. You don't need an audience or anything like that.
Everybody's gonna be desperate to work. People are gonna be more eager to work. Everybody's gonna have scripts ready, crews ready. You can cast online. I mean, for the indie world, there's no excuse not to prepare as much as possible right now. This is a great opportunity for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are gonna be searching. There's gonna be a lot of productions going on. If you're a DP, if you're a grip, if you're a gaffer, if you're an actor, there's gonna be so much opportunities to get in on stuff. I feel like there's literally gonna be an explosion of people just wanting to do stuff because, like I said earlier, if you're an artist, try to quit. And a lot of people, we've kind of been forced to be on hold. And it's unbearable for us. So as soon as we get the opportunity to get back out there and start creating.
People are creating now. I've seen the most amazing stuff on social media. Like people are literally doing plays on Zoom. So everybody's going outside the box and creating in different ways. So yeah.
When you have no choice, and then all of a sudden you have an opportunity, there's usually an eruption, and plus all this suffering is good for our creative juices, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's the plight of the artist. Yeah.
Our strong plight, right?
Yes. So this was really amazing. I could talk to you for hours because like I said, I think you're one of the most interesting people that I know. I just wanted to add for those that are watching is that Jamal is an amazing resource, somebody to reach out to, even for actors, because he cares about the actor. So,
just the good ones.
Just the good ones.
Just the good ones. The rest of them,
forget about but I would really encourage you if you're interested, want to make something for yourself. This guy's he's an award-winning, an award-winning individual, and his stuff is just like bar none. And that's another reason why I wanted to do, because I've done stuff.
You can eat awards, right?
What'd you say?
If only you could eat awards, right?
Yeah, true. I know that's the thing. So that's why I'm encouraging people to reach out to him, because I feel like he's he needs work too, and it's like the reason why I encourage you is because you won't be disappointed, and you're going to get work that's going to be seen and work that you're going to be proud of.
I don't know how to be mediocre, and I don't know how to fail. So I'm an extremist. Anything I take on, I can't give it anything less than at least 95%.
I agree. And I personally think that you are Hollywood's like untapped talent and secret. I mean,
I think that too. I mean,
I hope that
I've been saying that too. Like,
no, but I'm dead serious. I am not. I mean, I don't say things lightly. I really don't. And I seriously mean that. Like I'm and it's funny because I was who was I listening to? Somebody posted it was Steve Harvey. My friend just sent me a link to one of his little videos, and he was saying, once again, that you're like just one step away from just your destiny, and who knows, it could be this video that could take you there. It could be just somebody being, you just never know. So you're just one step away, Jamal. I really believe that. Just the right person to see you, the right person to whatever. I mean, because what you do speaks for itself. And I like being around people that have excellence, and you have that. And so I'm just gonna be along for the ride. Hey.
Right.
So I want you to follow Jamal on social media. What's your social media name, Jamal?
Well, I mean, it's just my name on Facebook, just Jamal Hodge, JamalHodge. And then on Instagram, it's at Director H on IG on Instagram. It's Director H. And then you can also contact me at Omega Hodge at yahoo.com if you want to email me, or if you want an inquiry or anything like that about, having the script crafted for you. Or I also consult people. I'm just trying to figure out ways to collaborate with good people that are really about this life, that the investment is not going to be wasted because you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. And we can grow together, we can look out for each other, because film and this film world is about teams. Everybody thinks it's about individuals, but it's really about forming super teams. Like, everybody who's successful has either the X-Men or the Avengers behind them or with them. So, I'm looking to build the same with some extraordinary people like yourself, Kisha, and the world out there. So it's Omega Hodge at yahoo.com, or Director H on Instagram, or on Facebook, Jamal Hodge, JamalHodge.
Well, thank you so much for being my first guest, and you were amazing. Like I said, just, I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Looking forward to our film. I also created.
They're not ready, right? They're not ready for this joint. Under thy wings, they're not ready. Everybody crying. They're gonna be good boys.
I also created an Instagram page for us. I didn't even tell you that. There's an Instagram page I think it's Under Thy Wings _film on Instagram. And you guys can follow me on Instagram too, at Kisha Barr, KISHABARR on Instagram. And we'll see you there on the flip side. Thank you so much, Jamal.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.